Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be starting a brand new series here on the channel called Crafting Money. Super original and clever name, I know. But we're going to be focusing on all of the best and most profitable crafts here in Escape from Tarkov in the Hideout. We're going to be starting this as Season 1, even though we are super close to the next wipe. So we will be rolling over to Season 2 whenever that does occur. A couple more announcements, then we'll get into it. So skip ahead if you want to skip all of that. We just hit 1,000 subs last night. You guys absolutely smashed through the goal. I think we're at 1,050. Super thankful. Thank you guys so much, man. We're going to be grinding Tarkov. The next wipe is going to be incredible. We're going to be starting these 2 new accounts here with the sale that's happening later. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's just going to be a great time. Thank you guys so much for making this a reality so we can really go hard on the Tarkov content. It's been a game I've been playing for a year. Super excited to really put in some time, man. So, guys, if you're unaware, Victory Day, there's going to be a sale on all types of account, EOD, even if you do an upgrade. If you have a standard right now and want to go to EOD, it should be 25% off for you for EOD. Then every other account will be 20% off. We're going to be picking up 2 standard accounts, one for hardcore, one for 0 to millions for... we'll be doing the hardcore stuff coming up very soon. As soon as the sale starts, we'll be running those videos out, and that'll be a lot of fun. And we will be doing 0 to million Season 2 on the brand new account then once we get to the next wipe. Guys, just one more thing, then we'll get into it. I promise, very long intro. I'm sorry, we just hit 1,000 subs, so I'm trying to, everybody who's new, I'm trying to get you guys, worked into the process here so you know what's going on. But the last couple days, I've been slacking just a little on the videos, mainly because my ISP has been absolute dog shit. I talked about this in a video yesterday. The internet's been trash. So, like, anytime I'm in raid, I literally just lag out, and it has just been terrible. I got a guy coming tomorrow to fix it. So, if the content just kind of dribbles off a little bit, I'm super sorry on that. I do not intend to slack up on the content right when the algorithm's really in my favor. Just bad timing. It is what it is. So we're going to hop into it today, man. We have the Hideout stuff, and we're going to be focusing on only the most profitable crafts every couple of days. So I'm not going to upload this daily. Upload it maybe once every 3 days, something like that, to focus on what is most profitable in the Hideout. That way, gives the market some time to change. I'm not uploading the same exact thing every single day. But, there is some variables there, and we can talk about some stuff. So, let's hop right into it. Now, I do want to say we're not going to be talking about the Bitcoin farm, and we are not going to be talking about the scav case. For the scav case, the most profitable one seems to be the 7K one. A lot of people have other different opinions, and maybe you get the 85K and you get the Taiga one. But at the end of the day, I think 7K is the one where you're going to get the most profit every single time. That's the one I run. So, let's hop into the first crafting station, which is going to be the med station. Med station, the most profitable craft in here is going to be the pile of meds. It's pretty much like that the entire wipe. You can make a couple other things that are profitable, such as like the SJ6s and, a couple other things maybe can squeeze out some profit, like some Salewas or something. I think they're really high right now in price. A lot of other people like to craft Propitals, but honestly, guys, the most profitable one is definitely pile of meds. So I'm going to show you here, pile of meds is selling for around 13,000 rubles. So if you're making 3 of them, you're basically getting 40K. You need 1 AI2, which is going to cost you 4,000 rubles. You're going to need 1 bandage, which is going to be 1,000. We don't even have to look that one up. And then you have your augmentin, which is going to be 15K. So basically you're putting in 20 and you're going to be getting 40. It's basically that simple. It is just a double your money craft. You can do this once every 40-some, 50-some minutes. Mine is reduced by 9%. So add a little bit of time on there, but it's under an hour. Every single hour, a free 20K coming out of your med station. If you guys are trying to level up your hideout and do, switching off and on crafts, maybe just consider doing one that's short. You might be able to take a little bit of a loss if you wanted to just put one of your pile of meds into making 3 AI2s, and then you can stack. But I'm going to be honest, stacking crafts is super inefficient, and it's not profitable. So the only reason you should be doing that is if you want to level up the hideout. I'm really going to focus on this next wipe. It's a little too late in this wipe for me to even care. I think I'm only like hideout management level like 17 or something, so a little late on that. But this is a free 20K every single hour, 100%. So that is your most profitable one there. Moving on, we'll talk about the boost generator, but I'm going to be very specific on how I want to say this. So do not stack crafts and do not go ahead and buy any of these materials. I don't think it's worth just waiting for that 3 hours to make a couple thousand. I think if you're finding your two sugars found in raid, I would sell them. But if you're finding those sugars and you're throwing them in your secure container and then you die, this is a great way to, stack up and go ahead and make that moonshine. but I would not buy these items. I just want to tell you guys, that's my personal opinion. I don't think it's worth it. Even for a couple thousand rubles, if you find some good prices, it's really not worth it in my pure opinion. So guys, if you have your hideout leveled up, then the water collector is a good way to go. If you do not have your hideout leveled up where it takes less of the filter and you can put 2 in at once, stuff like that, then it's not really worth picking up the filter. The purified waters only go for like 99,000 rubles, and you know, you do slightly profit. It is slightly profitable because that water filter does actually stack and you get progress towards your next purified water. But to me, it's just one of those where, once again, I don't think it's worth it. I think if you find a water filter in Raid, they're super easy to find, especially on customs. You throw it in your secure container, good to go. Don't waste the money. All right, so we are in the nutrition unit, and it might actually surprise you which one is the most profitable in here, but it's actually going to be the Slickers bars as of right now, based upon everything that I've seen so far to date. So that might change. That might actually be wrong by a little bit later today, because the nutrition unit is actually one where it's very hard to actually squeeze out some profit after your flea market fees and everything else. But if you did want to head in here and have everything crafting at once, you're going to be crafting the Slickers. You can craft 7 of these, which sell for about 10,000 a piece. So you're looking at 70,000 rubles there. You're going to be buying 1 chocolate bar, which is going to be about 33, 35. You can get them for 33,000. Look out for that. You know, saving a quick 3,000 is really good when you're really trying to squeeze out some profits. You have your oat flakes here, which you can probably snag one of these for like 6,000 if you really look long enough. And then you have the army crackers, which are actually going to run you about 10K. So you are going to be profiting a little bit on that. 70,000 here, then you're spending about, 50,000. So you have roughly, 20K, but that's before fees. After the fees hit you, it's only going to be a couple thousand rubles. But I figured since we are doing all the crafts, that's the most profitable one right now. That's the one to go with. All right, moving down the line, we're going to be going to the Intelligence Center. Now, honestly, man, I don't like talking about the Intel Center. I really just don't think that Intel is really worth crafting anything, because it's more of like craft something you might need for a task or you might use. This is just my opinion. You don't have to go off of it, but when it comes to the most profitable thing in here, I have always personally believed it has been the flash drives. Now, it is kind of up in the air. Some people like to say that intelligence is a little bit more profitable, but it all kind of depends on the prices you can buy stuff at. So Intel, you're going to be spending 40K on paper, and then you need 3 flash drives, which are going to be another 40K. So you're looking at about 160,000, probably closer to about 170,000 on the Intel. And, after your fees and everything, you're not making that much. Intel's coming down in price. It's sitting at 239,000, 236, 230,000. It's going to keep going down. There it goes, 235. There's going to be people undercutting. So it's one that, you can chance and try to take the risk on it with the flea market fee. I don't know the exact numbers on the fee, so it's kind of like up in the air if you're really going to profit on that. My personal favorite is the flash drives. I've always found the flash drives to be the most profitable. So you saw just there, you're going to get 3 of them. So you might, at the max, be able to squeeze out maybe 140K. You can see these guys have been sitting here on 49,000 for ages. Don't list this high, man. You want to be listing maybe 47,000 some. So, right around that area. And then when we're talking about SSDs, they're going to be about 40 some K. So the best way to look at that right there is, you're only making 2 flash drives by already purchasing an SSD. These are pretty common this wipe in computers, so maybe just try and find one. And then you're going to have the broken G phone. It's going to be a 20K right there. So we're up about 20K in the profit. And then another one, which is going to be about 15. So, before fees, there's like 45, 50K profit there. But after fees, it just depends on how your hideout's leveled up, your Intel Center level, all that stuff. So I can't give you exact profit numbers in any way, shape, or form, because every single person's account is going to vary on the fee price. But flash drives, I think, are personally the way to go. They are like 4 hours longer, but I think they're a little bit better. All right, so hopping to the Workbench. The most profitable one in here is actually going to be the AP 6.3. A lot of people probably thought it was going to be the 7N, but it is nowhere close, actually. There is a shit ton of stuff you need for this craft. It's a lot more profitable just to come down here, buy a little bit of PST GZH. You only need 200 rounds of this, and you can buy it for like 70 a round, I think, from like Mechanic or something. Then you only need 2 red gunpowder, which is going to come out to 150K. You have maybe 160,000 investment here for 200 rounds of AP. So we have the AP here. And then we're going to do the quick math on that. So we got 200 rounds at the 190, almost 1,200, and you're making 238,000 off of that. So you are making a lot when it comes to the profit on the AP. You're going to be making, I think it's about, after fees and everything, about 50K. So it's a nice chunk of change, man. I think it is really, really solid. If you guys, don't want to spend these big bucks on some of these trades, I'll throw in another one in this video here today for someone who's really, really broke. I mean, you got to be broke as a joke to make this one. Let me find it here. Right here. PS rounds for kite gunpowder. You can get these PS rounds off of pretty much any scav that's running 545, and you can make yourself a gunpowder kite. I think they sell for 20K. Yeah, so they're about 20K. So that's just like free 20K right there. If you are broke as a joke, just run a scav and you will find some PS rounds. So there's a little bonus one for you guys here today. But the most profitable one in here is going to be your AP 6.3. So last but not least, we're heading to the lavatory. All right, guys, so we are at the lavatory. And since you guys made it the whole way through the video, you guys are absolute legends. I'm going to show you 3 super profitable trades here in the lavatory. We'll probably do this every time because they're pretty much roughly the same amount of profit. And they're probably the best profit in the game right now, the easiest profit. So let's hop into it, man. There is a lot of potential here inside of the lavatory. I mean, you see it's Trade Central in here, man, or Craft Central, I should say. So let's start with the Scav Vest and the Ripstop. Ripstop is going to sell for about 22K a piece. So we'll just say our total net there is going to be 40K. This one is, pretty damn good if you can get some of those Scav Vests. But the main thing that people are doing is they're purchasing Scav Vests. That's not what you need to do. You need to get yourself some really cheap slickers and then do the barter trade for them. Nobody knows there is a barter trade for them. We did one of these. I forget what video it was for, but I definitely made a video talking about the Scav Vest trade where you can have an infinite amount. You can buy all 3 right here for 3 slickers. And slickers are only 10K. So there is no reason to pay 25,000 rubles for a Scav Vest when you can get them for 10,000. So do that. You can make about 10K on that. We have some more in here. Let's see. What do we got? I'm pretty sure we got a whole bunch more. I definitely seen one right there. So we will be making ourselves I think it's Cordura. Yeah, so Cordura for almost 28K. You only need 4 slings. This is probably my favorite one, if I got to be honest with you. Because slings are literally 2,000 rubles. I mean, it's easy profit. You're looking at 20K right there in that Cordura. So that one's super, super profitable. This, like I said, is probably my favorite one right here. And then you have another one here. I think this is, once again, Cordura. Yes, 28K. Now, these ones are a little bit harder to get super cheap, but they do come up eventually for some really good prices if you can snag them. But you will make some profit on that Cordura as well at the right pricing. You're at 28K there. It's a 32-minute craft. You're going to need to, try and find these Scav Vests. Try and find something around 7,000. Get a couple more there. Squeeze out 5K profit. But another one that a lot of people like is the P.A.K.A. for 2 Aramids. I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but the Aramids, they are going to be selling for around 20K. It's a bit of a low price. You can probably snag them for 20K, and you can get 2 of them, so you now have 40K there. And then for 1 P.A.K.A., you're going to be looking at about 30. But trust me, if you sit here and look at the P.A.K.A.s long enough, somebody who has like a 1 of 50, who's a bit of a newer player, will list it for about 20K, and they're easy snipes, easy profit. You're looking at about 20K after flea market fees, everything else, maybe 15. So combining all of those, you should be making about 100K an hour. I think that is kind of roughly what it comes out to. Some of the trades are faster than others, but between the lavatory and the med station, you're going to be making a lot of your profit right there. And between the workshop, once that does finish up, your hourly rate, you should be looking at about 100K an hour. If you're doing everything at the best prices, at the best fee reduction, at the best everything, the most quality of everything you can go on your hideout level, then it's going to be about 100K an hour. If you guys don't have your stuff leveled up, if you're kind of, getting shittier prices on the flea market, you might even knock yourself down to 50K an hour. But knowing your best trades, probably a lot of you are just going to focus on lavatory and med station, and honestly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's your most profit right there. So guys, that's going to do it for the video here today. If you guys have any crafts at all, any that I missed, any tips for anybody, drop them in the comments below. I'm not perfect. I don't know all these prices 100% of the time off the top of my head. Anything is subject to change, so drop all that info in the comments below. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel, man. Really do appreciate it. It's going to be it for today, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.